Hello and welcome to the top 100 maps of all time with me, BonBonB. I'm BonBonB. You are very, very welcome. That's right, we're going through the top 100 maps as voted by you from the end of each and every What's map for the last 4.5 years, plus all of the very best maps on the workshop from before that time as well. So, what have we got at number 94? Well, it's Kronstadt by Reacon. Reacon isn't a person. Reacon is two people. It's Kronstadt by Reacon by Roseark and Deacon PMP. The map is on Roseark's account, but obviously basically a double team effort here, Roseark and Deacon working and basically creating a map that you have rated one of the best 100 maps ever to have been released on the workshop. So it's got to be good. It is a work of fantasy. While it will feel realistic in a large number of ways, it's not from a hype map. It is completely hand-tooled. So, what can I tell you about it? Well, it's a fairly recent map. This was released on the workshop in July 2022, so not that long ago. It has 1,339 subscribers as of the moment. It has 188 favourites. It has a 4-star rating on Steam, with 47 people rating it up. We reviewed this in episode 1522 of What Map, and not that it really matters because this is your ratings, not mine, but at the time I gave it 4 stars for aesthetics, 4 for detail, 5 for gameplay potential, and of course the BonBonB seal of approval. But overall, the most important bit of information is that it has an approval rating of 85.5%, and it is the highest ranked of all the 85.5% maps that we've seen on Countback. So there we are, it's right at the top. So as of the next episode, we'll be jumping up to the 85.75s or the 86. I'm not quite sure whether we jump up to 86. I think it's 85.75. I haven't checked. It's going to be a surprise for me too. Right, last bits of information. We use the Kronstadt theme mix on this one, which is a mix of the Stray Cats Territory Nature Reserve, the Stray Cats Territory Homecoming, and the Coos Bay theme, along with the Relight to Lush Lut. Right, now, I haven't had any sort of refresher with this map at all, so I've got no idea what we're going to be looking at. So it will come back to me as a surprise, so I just pulled the camera back, set up the theme mix, set up the LUT, and started recording. So here we are. I have let the simulation run for a little while, so hopefully the water has by now sorted itself out. There was a few little bits of flooding going on down in this area here when I started the simulation, but as with all of these things, you will often get something like that while the map settles down. So try not to worry too much if you get that on any map, let alone one of the best 100 ever to be released on the workshop. Now, where is the start square here? It's around the bridge. It's around the bridge here. So I think we'll ignore this. We'll check that one out later, no doubt. I think we'll start down here because we've got something interesting going on here. We'll follow the road right the way up to the big intersection. We'll take a right into the start square. And then I think we're from there, rather than follow any more highways, because there's no obvious route across the map. We could follow the highway up. I don't know how much we're going to learn from this. Then we'll pull up and we'll just we'll see where the map wants to take us, I think. So down we go. Down we go for a little bit of a cruising. Now there is actually a list of requirements for this map. I think it was moderates. I can't remember. Let me just go and have a little look-see at the workshop page. I don't remember how many things were on the one-click collection. We've got, it's a moderately long list. Got a whole bunch of networks. I should have made a note of this. But yes, mostly a lot of networks going on there. 1 or 2 deprecated, well, of course they're deprecated now, mods, but the updated versions that will work perfectly fine. Things like extended managers library and that kind of thing. But all told, all very good. So one of my thoughts here is obviously I think we've got a really nice believable terrain. We've got hills that feel within scale of the map. A little wetland area there, which we'll have a look at as we do the flyby a little bit further down the line. And we'll just follow the route around. So it looks like we've got a castle up on our left there, which again we'll come back and have a look at once we've finished the drive to the start square. Little bridge here. Everybody loves a little old bridge. Yep. What to say about that apart from yep? That just feels very to scale again. And not often you see the bridges used with the sound barriers on either side. I think it's quite a nice aesthetic there. So credit for that one. But yeah, so the thing is, with the networks, there might be quite a few to subscribe to, but when they're all part of the same set, they'll all use the same textures. And if you're using the loading screen mod, you won't have any problem with multiple loading of textures, and they'll actually end up being quite light. So that's good. That's all good. This is a nice little area. Obviously, we've got the lake there with the rock detailing around it. A little bit of clustering of rocks there as well. It's quite sweetly done. Little elevated section with the oh yeah, I remember now, the pillars on the underside, well positioned, very neat. And the same going on down here. These retaining walls got a little bit of graffiti on them. Excuse me. Croakity croak. But that's all very nice as well. It does look like we've got the inverted intersection marking tool chevrons. Of course, the chevrons should always, these arrows should point towards the traffic, not the way. But that is only something that I know because you guys told me, and I would have made exactly the same mistake if it weren't. If it was left to me, I would have done exactly the same. So yeah, and as things happen, if you've got the intersection marking tool, fixing that takes moments. It just takes moments. Why would we worry? I don't worry. Some bridges directly ahead. A lot of motorbikes going past my window at the moment. Apologies for any background noise. And apologies for my speaking as well. I apologise. I just apologise for everything. Swooshy intersection. That's very nice. It's very, very nicely done. And just liking all of this. It's very Hot Wheels, isn't it? Very Hot Wheels. And I don't remember where the start square was. Might even be here. Let me oh, that's right. We're heading down towards it now. Next intersection is the start square. Here we go. Just down here. And this is a little bit different, where we have the tunnel chiseled into the terrain there, matching one on the other side chiseled into the terrain there. It's actually quite nicely done. These are fully rendered tunnels as well by the looks of it. So if you're driving in the car there, you're going to get a first person view. We can't go through, unfortunately, with the camera mod. We just go bouncing up and over. But trust me, very neatly done. And start square. I'm guessing this is where you're going to start working from here. That feels like a builder's area to me. Definitely. Nicely done little overpass there as well. All cool. All very cool indeed. So, right. So, once you get there, then we have quite a lot of areas of interest. This is one of those maps that I think when we look here, we see this, we see this, we see this and this. I see a little area over there. There's a lot of little areas. We see an area here. We see an area up there. There's lots of little areas. So I'm not going to be looking at a lot of this. We've got some ripples there from where I started the simulation off. We had, as I was saying, did have some flooding right from the off, but the water hasn't quite leveled out fully yet. That's my bad. I apologise if that's spoiling your enjoyment of the flyover. I mean, it shouldn't. But if it is, then that'll be down to me. Right, so over here in the corner, we've got water gushing out to the side here. Oh, we've actually got a little bit of a tunnel type effect going on there. And castles just built into the environment right on the edge of the map. I would say absolutely luxurious in that it's not needed to be there, but I'm glad it is. I'm so glad it is. Got the big old cliffs. Big old cliffs around here. Another little castle area here as well. And look at the rock work here, how that's been built in. I know I discussed the rock work in, was it episode 1522? And there were maybe one or two bits around here that I might have changed if it were me. But it's still dramatic and it's still strong. And the fact that you guys have voted it up so highly, I mean, I rated it highly anyway, but you guys have matched that and more, just goes to show that this is the sort of thing that you guys seem to like a lot. As long as it doesn't take too much away from the build area, and I would say it doesn't. Look at all that area over there. That's big city territory going on over there. Then over here we've got oh yeah, the water. The river starts here. Again, it looks like it's out of a spring, coming out of the underground stream. That's a great way to hide a water spawn. A great way to hide a water spawn. Credit for that. Lovely rocky looking river there. Got a little bit of don't remember this happening last time. Again, I'm putting this down to mods. We are going through the moment with Prop Anarchy Extended Manager's Library. So there might be one or two glitches in here that I'm unable to do anything about. It's just one of those things. One of those things. It definitely wasn't like that when we did the original review. So if you want to see that without that, you know what to do. What's map 1522. Link is in the description. Good looking river. Very good looking river. Not completely straight and winding. We've just got these, it's like broken up bits along the sides. We're using the Coos Bay theme for sand, and so we've got all these sandy edges, sandy shorelines, and again, it feels pretty neat to me. Down here, oh, the Essential Lighthouse. While we're over here, let's have a look at the Essential Lighthouse. Ah, isn't she lovely? In blue. I'm going to miss her, says he, counting down the days. Right, so we have a couple of bridges to check out as we're heading back this way. Big old bridge. Everybody loves a big old bridge. This is one of those. Double layer. Look at how well that is implemented. Very nice. Layer and layer. And then they will separate out here using a loop to come back down to ground level. And again, that works really well. Very good. Then we have the rail bridge. I think this is from the Railway Replacer 2 mod, which is one of the requirements for the map, if I remember rightly. I'm not going and checking, but that looks like Railway Replacer 2 to me. And a very bold, good choice of bridge. I like that. That spans that beautifully. Right, more things to check out. We have this lake over here. Oh, I remember this. This is one of my favourite areas of the map, wasn't it, when I did the review? Because what we have, I mean, first of all, we have this little bit fantastical, but loving this. This is straight out of Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings, isn't it? We've got the water spawns coming through. Everything's broken up here. Then we have the big old castle. Dramatically done. Dramatically done. Credit for all of this. Oh, I'm bouncing down here. Hold my camera up a little bit. That is truly special, isn't it? cinematic camera would have done that more justice, but you get the gist of it. Okay, credit for that again. Then, if we head over this way, what we got going on down here? Is this a pre-gridded area? It could be. Just ready for a little riverside town with the swooshy, loopy interchange going on there. This is a map with a lot on it. This map has a lot on it. Come over here, a little small residential town here with a pre-built harbour area. Nice. Big old, I call this a castle complex. This is more like a citadel, isn't it, over here? With a double entry. We've still got the rock clipping through. I kind of remember that rock clipping through there last time as well. Then we've got the double entrance, and then this built into the side of the hill is really dramatic. Oh, this is make a lovely complex of this, including right at the very top. We've got the church. We've got sort of, I don't know what sort of, is it Italian style? I'm not quite sure who made that one, but it does look like something that Armesto would put together. But yeah, I'm not checking, but that's their kind of work. And again, the really rocky outcrops around here, making this highly defensible. So, perfect location for a castle like that. Is there anything else? Oh, of course there's more. Of course there's more. Little farmland area over here. Underworked. Again, it'll save on a few trees. But yeah, that's pretty neatly done. And then over here we've got another little castle area. Only this time with a footpath with the tree. Oh yeah, I remember the tree growing out the footpath. Yeah. And then the slightly overgrown castle there. And quite a nice interesting shape as well on that one. Including a little gate entry there as well. Nearly done. Nearly done. We've just got this wetland area we haven't checked out. Kind of like a river delta, but not. It's a little unusual, this. I don't hate... excuse me. I don't hate it. I've got to say it's not to my personal taste. But and mostly only because it's the only part on the map where we get this vibe. I love it. I kind of wish there was at least another area or two that were a little bit like this. Maybe the shorelines here, just so that this can merge into the rest of the map. So perhaps if this little area here was like this as well, and maybe just the shoulder there of the, yeah, just so that it can tie in, because I really love this. It's almost like it was a different map maker that made this to what made this, and doesn't quite tie in for me, but it doesn't matter what I think, because you guys have absolutely lapped this map up. Actually, we've got this little harbour area down here we've not looked at yet either, with a little boat launch area. It's very rare we see one of those in the map, in a map, and that is very nice. All told, it's a map with a lot of little feature areas. I do love a feature area in a map. It gives me stuff to talk about, get wistful over things that I would like. I'm just loving the way that this island's very usable. It's a good usable size island as well. If I was going to be building on here, just one last afterthought, because we have got the castle looking down over here, I'm not sure how I would use this. I don't think I'd want a big downtown here. Maybe having parks over this side of the island, so it ties more in with there, and then maybe residential, commercial, and possibly harbour along this way. I don't know, something like that. Tree painting on the map is quite fun as well, having the shapes that we've got going on with the trees. And all told, it's a very strong map. 85.5% approval rating. Let me go and put this camera down over here. This is the most dramatic of all the dramatic things on the map. I'm gonna set on the camera like that because it's just so striking, that area. So anyway, yeah, Kronstadt by Reacon by Roseark and Deacon. At number 94, 85.5% approval rating, and it is just packed with interest. I love maps that have just those little bits. It's not always just about gameplay, sometimes it's about a map being brought to life, and this map definitely does that. So thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing. We'll be back tomorrow with the 93rd place map of all time. We're counting down. They're going to be getting just a little bit better and a little bit better as we're going along. All maps great though. Right, that's it. Thanks to all the BonBon buddies for supporting the channel. If you want to support the channel, you know what to do. You can either hit the YouTube membership button, something down there, or go, nip on over to patreon.com/BonBonB. And I've got no idea what I'm saying. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you again very, very soon.